I am Nahed Kabbani, and this is the Lighthouse for today's viewers. Welcome to our show. As I always said, our show is an educational show. And whatever topic I feel interested to you, I'll bring it to you, my viewers. And in general, nonprofit organizations around us doing a great job helping the communities in America. Today, our guest, one of those people who are helping the Pacific Island communities. We'll introduce him to you, then you will hear his story. You will be interested to know how you can help with it. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Nahed. Yes.
Will you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. My name is Dr. Helaman Hansen. From the, you probably recognize me, some of our shows. We have a Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders. We also have an HBI youth TV program. We have the Pacific Sports, and we also, the Americans Helping America is one of the special programs that I'm really involved with a majority of my time. And also we have music waves, as well as also Finding the Lights. It's a religious program. So we have a variety of programs. We've been fortunate with the Access Sacramento that given us the opportunity to develop from it. This is where we started from 10 years ago. And now we're in a situation that we have so many programs, just about every day is running, as well as we have some other programs, which not in my view to talk about it now, but I will expand on that later. Access gives us the opportunity to develop and grow from here. One TV program 10 years ago. Now we're running 7 TV programs every day, and we're having some other variety of programs all over America at the moment. So we are serving the community in all the different areas all around the states, where most of the Pacific Islanders are Polynesian people, for all the Native Hawaiians. But also we kind of cater to all America now, because we have the program called Americans Helping America. So we kind of cater for everybody. It just given us the opportunity to go out and serve the community, which is a good thing. We're here in a studio that started everybody as a nonprofit organization. So we developed as a small nonprofit organization. Now we become very big, I mean, in a way that we can be able to reach out throughout the nations.
That's a great explanation, and we as nonprofit organization, one word for love and peace, following your direction, partnering with you as American Help in America,
Correct.
Which is a great work together, and reaching out for the communities is fun and satisfaction. You feel you are doing something for the community, helping unserved people, helping needy people, helping people who have no voice, which is Access Sacramento mission also, as you mentioned. And we are doing a great job together, Access Sacramento and us. And hopefully everybody, all kind of ethnicities will follow those directions and benefit from Access Sacramento too.
Yes, really. We always like to encourage the nonprofit organizations, small communities, because we set the example. We show that we can grow. Everybody can grow, but utilize every opportunity to develop yourself out, especially Access Sacramento. This is where we go out to the media. We can reach out to the vast numbers of people all over the state, over the Sacramento, and you can go nationwide if you wanted to, go state by state if you wanted to have a selective. The available of that opportunity. The main important thing is that we reach out. United States, that's what we call ourselves. So we should all unite it. In a way, we cross over different barrier, different diverse community, And I never have so much excitement.
Yes.
So much excitement by dealing with different diverse community all over. And it's wonderful. For me, it's one of those experiences that I'll never forget it. Because I get to know you and I get to know other leaders from the Indian community, the Latino community, the European community, and so forth and so forth. It's just so wonderful. And you see the view of every individual there. That we all hold the same kind of view.
Exactly.
But the thing is, we never talk to each other to realize that we all love to talk and work with each other. That's the main important. And media is something that we reach out. Once they see the connection there, they come into you and then all start to build up. And that's how I ran into you. And I really enjoy meeting with you, connecting with the Arabs community and so forth. And that's wonderful. I moved from being Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders in that little smaller group of our diverse community over there. Now I'm talking about Americans. Of course, we are all Americans.
Yes.
So I'm reaching out to Americans, helping everybody. I'm reaching out to everybody. And I couldn't believe the importance of those things, how everybody is just waiting for something to happen.
Yes.
And those things, it does not happen when we all sit there and wait for it. It's happened when we started to reach out through the media, reach out through community meetings and other area, wherever. It just going to keep mentioning. Because people are just waiting for good, positive attitude, positive connections, positive. Anything that's positive, people are looking for it. Because it's very, very rare to get those things. All we hear is war and terrorists and whatever they call it, and it's just making everybody scared.
Yes.
We're all closed in. But once we started to see other diverse community, the Europeans community, the Arabs, I thought that Arabs community was scary to me. I found that's very interesting. I have 3 neighbors that's become a very best friend of mine. I love their children. They love to bring things to me. So what are we waiting for? We need to reach out and open up, because that's what America is all about. United States of America. You know, the whole statements and information sitting there, it's for us to start to move and mobile and use those information to bring everybody together. And I'm glad that you brought me to come into this program, because I'm fairly busy and traveling and giving out messages of what is important, what's needed to bring people. I love doing that.
Yeah.
And you're doing that to me, and I love to come over here because maybe I'll appear in the Arabs community and let them know that we wanted to reach out and work together. That's what it's all about, especially when the economy in this kind of situation. People need to come together. We cannot keep walking away from each other, because it's not going to help anybody in America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for this introduction. As I mentioned on my show, I did make this flower arrangement for the show.
Right.
I believe this is America. And this is all kind of flowers, all kind of aroma, made America, America. We are all building up America. United, we stand, and if you know your neighbor, you will be more safe. If you know your neighbor, you will put hands together and you will be happier. Know the other culture, you feel you are not unique. Your problem is not the end of the world. Other cultures have the same struggle adjusting in your home. But when you don't listen to anybody, you think, it's my problem, big problem, how can I solve it? But when you see the other have the same, put hands together and solve it. Bring the information for all. Each one will take it as he need or she need, but we solve the problem. And that's the beauty of your job. Push the people, make them happy to know the other culture, know your neighbor.
One of the common needs I always found in every diverse community, everybody wants to be happy. That's one thing. Nobody is want to be sad or angry all the time. Everybody wants to be happy. And if you see that and ideally look at that, then what do we have to do to bring everybody? I have to act something in a way that make these people happy. They will come and try to act in a way that make me happy, so we can be able to create a friendship. And that's all it's needed. Some of the things sometimes we think it's, how am I going to get to know these people? How am I going to do something with that? It's just a matter of getting off your seat and walk out and introduce yourself, say hello, and talk to them a little bit. Next period around, you're a good friend. And then you find out so many interesting things. You know, I never learned so much when I learned other culture. They gave me so much knowledge, open-minded to a lot of things, and make me feel humble. Humble, because we always look at other culture, it's like, who are they? Threatening, you know, it's a kind of threatening.
Yes.
Well, I'm closing down, I don't want to talk to them. And you can be sitting there a neighbor to them for years and years and still don't have a relationship, don't want to do with them. I don't feel that way. The next day I started to talk to them. The next day I found out what can I do to approach them. The next day we start talking. We talk to each other. We say hello, wave hands. And things started to grow and it's happening. And it's wonderful when you drive into your house, everybody wave at you. So I said, man, I'm home. I'm home everywhere I go. And that's the kind of thing. We make everybody happy. Everybody wants to be happy, not to be sad, not to be feel threatened by anybody or be scared because you come from different background, I come from different, I don't need to talk to you. I don't know how to react to your culture and all that stuff. Culture is nothing. There's one common thing. People want to be happy and want to be friendship. And that's the things that we need to take. We can talk about culture after that. But as soon as they know that you are a very friendly person, they talk to you. And the next minute around, you talk about their culture, talk about your culture, talk about your hobbies and other little bits and pieces. They just slowly come together. Because Americans need that.
Absolutely. Because everybody have his own values and proud of what he have, but quiet, not talking. Maybe he has not enough strength to open the subject for you, but you have that better than him, that you went to him and you start with him, so you gave him the opportunity to talk back. And that's the difference between somebody shy, somebody leading, and you are one of the leaders, open the doors for those things, which is great, and everybody needs that. So thank you for that. Also, you learn from others, and as I mentioned, you solve. You give opportunities to solve the problems, because when we are quiet, the problem will be bigger and bigger in our mind. But when you talk about it and you find your neighbor have the same, what is a big deal? Let's talk about it, let's solve it. And that's what happened when you know the other, which is great, and really appreciate that. And that's what I feel when we start talking, when we met, and we open subject, we learn from each other. And I follow direction from you for my community, and you did have some information for your community, and that's the best part of it. To me, it is the best part of it. It's I get to learn people, and I get to learn something new from them and solve some of my problems. And every time I talk, somebody else learns from what I said and solve some of his problems. So when we open to each other, things started to come good, and everybody's so happy, appreciative of each other, and that kind of thing. You know, it's very important because the children are growing up. And if they watch us adults start talking to each other, making friendship, doesn't matter who we are, what we are, because those kids are growing up here in America, and they're looking. My parents come from the Arab country. He come from the Polynesian, Australia, or Hawaii, or any of those islands. But they're talking to each other. It's a healing process in some of those children. They say, wow, that is good. They open up more. Because they go to school. They go to school, they meet other kids in there. Then they started to break down the barrier, they get friendlier with each other. Otherwise, we can see all these divisions of kids in groups, and they start fighting because we don't show those things. So they can see an example of something good, positive out from us. It's all start from us. Absolutely.
If we show those things, then our kids will follow what we do.
Absolutely. We show that we all human beings.
Exactly.
And we all become American, and we all have the same rights as human beings and as American. Let's talk about more details after the break. We'll be back soon.
You're watching The Lighthouse for today's viewers, brought to you by oneworldforyou.org.
Welcome back. As Dr. Hansen mentioned, communities have the same values, the same needs, and we are here to serve the communities. We learn from each other. Let's find out what Dr. Hansen does already for his community.
Thank you, Nahid. As you said, what have we done with our community? apart from trying to get them to open up and reach out to your neighbors and get to know other diverse communities. And we have seems to achieve that on our way, and we established some good relationship all around, like me and you, to get to know each other. We feel like wanted to help one another. So the minute that we started to get to know each other, the minute we move in, how can we help each other or help others? Because that's the kind of conversations come to us when we started to get to know each other and open up a bit. That's what happened in a lot of our community bases. We kind of let them understand how to reach out to others. And once we reach out to others, then they all come in and said, okay, what can we do? What can we associate ourselves with and make something more interesting to show our friendship is genuine, it's making good progress, positive directions and all that. So we have moved in now. This is our 5th year that we've gone out and do all kind of things. We have a program for the youth to go in and visit some of the elderly, the widows, and help them in their homes if anything need to be helped, like mowing the lawn, clean up the yard,
nice.
or help them to do their laundry if they have some problems. So we do have that kind of program as well as we going out and feed the homeless. That's a normal things now. It is a wonderful idea because it's not that we do it for any other purpose, but we learn ourselves from it. First, we have to teach ourselves how to serve others, and that's what happened to us. When we start opening up to be friend to others, then we know we can help others. And when we start helping others, we learn how to understand those things and to feel for others as well.
Feel the needs also.
Feel the needs of those people, you know. And it's make us humble, make us happy,
Yes.
and see that we finally do something very useful and started to learn something new. Because like I said, there's a lot of people never go out to feed homeless or do any kind of thing like that. But we do that. Now we see the youth started to come in. They like it. They want to do it. They want to see what's happening. The more you do things like that, the more you can see that the people already have in their hearts, they have in their sense, but just waiting for something to happen. And they all come in and share the value of doing that to other people. We don't go up there to blame them for maybe because you're stupid to do this kind of thing. It's not. It's looking at them how you can help. Because one day I might be in there.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Nobody knows. Things change without notice.
Yeah, exactly. Do unto yourself what do unto others.
What is your program, Feed the Homeless? We share with you, but give an idea for our...
Well, the Feed the Homeless is what we have running in downtown at the moment. We do that every second Sunday. And we do between 300, sometimes 600 at a time that we feed right through.
What time you go?
We go there on a Sunday because Sunday is a very good day for us because most of everybody that's been doing like the Loaves and Fishes and also Salvation Army, they do that from Monday to Saturday or Friday. So they need to have a break.
Yes.
We come in and fill in for that part of it. We miss the church on Sunday, but we count that that's another church.
It's another church for sure.
That's another church program. So it is very much so.
You start what time?
We start at 7 o'clock in the morning all the way to about 10 or 11 until it's finished. Or the food is finished. If not, then we'll have to move to another. Yeah, once a month.
It's
and we prepare
a
huge
experience.
meal.
Feeling great when you do that. I can tell.
Yes. Well, we really enjoyed. I mean, everybody come up there and they said, "Oh, the Hawaiians are here," because they're looking forward. Because we feed them like the Polynesian style, big breakfast.
Yes.
Breakfast, they will last you for lunch and dinner. So
and they are in bad need for that breakfast.
Yes.
They
but,
are
you know,
thankful.
Feed the Homeless is an educational thing. It's bringing us to understand the reality of life and understanding the economy. It does affect everybody. Anybody can be working as a manager, could be working and have a house or anything like that. Next minute on, it's on the street.
It is really sad to see them
happening. So
but I try to ask some people to tell their story. Most of the people doesn't like to, sad to talk.
Right.
So they don't want to talk in front of camera, which I admire them. I feel with them. That's why I couldn't bring stories from them, life stories from them. It is sad to see in America this kind of case.
Yes, something that you would not expect in America. Not in America. I say that myself.
We are helping
a lot.
the whole world. How come we have this situation in our
We are
country?
helping the world. We are a stronger country that we go out there and help other countries in so many ways. And yet we still have the poverty in front of our backyards. You know, so how can we do it? What way can we do it? Are we going to sit there and wait for the government to do all this? Or we as the people will walk out and do something? And I mean, every time I think about it, I think about the Constitution of America. We as the people, for the people, by the people. And we get up and do something because we created the law, we created the country,
and we swear to follow
the government, everything. We vote for them to be there. So we, the instigator of all that. So we are responsible. The gap of the economy and that's really separate the poor from the rich. And the old saying, you know, the poor is getting poorer and the rich is getting richer. And that gap is getting bigger and bigger all the time. But how can we help them? That's the thing. Are we going to reach out and help them and develop and do something? Because otherwise it won't go away.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to do that thing to grow all over the United States. We talk about a whole lot of family relation is so important. The stronger the family at home, the stronger it's going to be anywhere.
This is the basic building.
A strong family is a happy family. A strong family is a wealthy family. Those things, it's a must. So it's like a blessing, is kind of thing. So we all know that. But how we can be able to share that with others is that every strong family around here make a community a strong one. Every community around here is strong and make a whole city or a state
the whole community.
So it continue to develop and grow into each other. And that's not something that we need to push into anybody's throat because it's a common thing. People looking to be happy. People looking to have a good life. And those things, if they can see a good example all around, and that's influence a whole lot of good positive influence to people to make some changes, make some sacrifices. Because if they can do it, we can do it. We know them, you know. So these kind of small little steps of ideas, it's more or less a change of habits.
Yes.
Change of habit.
Yes.
We have to change our habit. America has been falling into a trend that's been going now for nearly 40 years. Is we buy anything that's cheap everywhere. We run. I know everybody. My wife, she said, "Oh yeah, I'll buy this. I got this cheaper."
We like to buy.
Yeah, like to buy. We like to shop, and it's good for economy.
In a way, but
you know, gonna have to. If you're shopping for things that come from China or come from India or come from everywhere else, then you look, gee, man, I spend a lot of money. I'm helping the economy. You're not really helping the economy. No. You have to learn how to help the economy. Where do you really help the economy? You know. When people are still unemployed everywhere and you're buying so much and we buy so many billions and billions, but where does the money go?
In fact, we have to have more rules, strict rules for people who have their own merchandise done outside of America because of its cheaper labor.
Right.
And we have nothing to give our laborers here to do. China taking our business, other part of the world taking our business just because they are cheaper. That means we are also slave the people. We know this is cheap, too cheap, to let that person live a good life also. But we stop it from our people. We have to have rules or taxes or whatever from our government to let those investors to bring the business to inside America, not outside America. This is a big part of it.
Yes. I know everybody thought and expected to go that way, but unfortunately it doesn't go that way. The world is coming in whatever direction.
Where is their taxes? Why we cry for taxes?
Yes.
Their taxes goes up.
I
Not
believe
enough taxes here.
I believe like what we were talking about before, like I said, it's all up to the people. We are the people, for the people, by the people. So if we know our responsibility is to protect the economy of this country, then we should do a change of habit. The change of habit is something, if this is made in America, I'll buy it. If it is expensive, I'll buy it anyway, because I know I'm buying it, somebody's going to go back to work. Some family is going to have dinner in their table. Somebody is going to have some welfare program to help.
You remind me
So the habit of our people now are taking away everything from America. So we cannot look and say to China, oh, we don't like you because you bring all this cheap stuff. You know, it's just like to ourselves, listen, you have a choice. Which one do you want to help? Help China or help America? You want to help India or help America? All you have to do is simple. Just buy little bits of American
But
things
we made it hard for the consumer to find made in America. We made it very hard. You remind me, I was in Hawaii. My son used to study in Hawaii. I was working at Sears, and two old ladies were shopping around, and I came to help them because they look mad, and they look like pushing the racks madly. How can I help you? She looked at me with anger. I tried to calm her, I tried to help her. Then she says, I tried to find something made in America. There is nothing made in America on the rack, so what they will buy. That's your point.
Yes.
But we have to control that, at least. With the economy, with the little low income, or more, the majority are low income, have that you don't have that choice. You choose the cheaper, and the cheaper not made in America.
Right.
Let's focus on it after the break.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's very interesting. Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we'll be back soon. Don't go away.
oneworldforyou.org, promoting cultural understanding through the media.
Okay, let's continue talking with our guest, Dr. Hansen. You talk about the economy, how we can help the economy.
Yes, like I said before, we talk about the homeless. We can see the devastation of the economy to our citizen here in the United States. As we know that 47% of the people are in poverty. And a lot of people say, no, that doesn't seem right. But you know, if you sit down and do research and survey everything, it is true. 47, not only 47% in poverty, what is meant to be, we do not live the American dream like we used to. We have to either work long hours or 3 part-time jobs, all kind of things are happening now. Or husband and wife out there working non-stop long hours to meet their, fulfill their little dreams, the American dreams of having a house, car, and all that.
And leave the kids without guidance.
Exactly. And that's what happened. Even the upper half of that, like I said to you, there's a lot of people that are working so many hours to meet that level, even though they feel like they're not in the poverty. But if you talk to a lot of people, they'll tell you, I'm rich, but I am really, really struggle all the time. So anybody can be homeless in any time. But the whole thing is, when you look at the poverty and all that sort of thing, then we know the population of America is in the verge of got no control in themselves, or got no control with our economy as well. But one thing I was brought into understanding, because most of the people that are in poverty area, and I did a little bit of survey and research on those areas, it's amazing how I found out a lot of things. I'm talking about age group of about 25 up to about 50, 55. There are 11.5 million of those people, 11.5 million of those people that never been adopted when they go through the foster system in our country. Never been adopted to a family, all that. And out of that group of people, they have children, 3 to 4, and you multiply it on top of that. And what it does in a survey, it pointed out to us, the majority of homeless come from people who never been adopted to a family. So they got no family connections, so they're just kind of floating. And also the majority of the people that are in prisons or doing criminal activities, it's all come from the same group of people that never been adopted to a family. And mental illness.
Wow.
So those percentages run about nearly 67 to 70% of the activity, the majority of them is in that level in there. And that's what grew and created in there. I mean, once they get out after the age of 18, they're out from the government benefits program. So they're pretty much on their own, unless it be picked up and all that. That's why we see so much homeless all around on the street, anywhere in America. You go anywhere in America, there's full of them. And you find most of them come from that program home, not having a connection to a family. Because their fathers must be a homeless, been in a foster home and never been adopted. So the kids grow up, they don't have a grandfather or somebody to adapt to have
no
some
roots,
kind of a
no
guideline.
nothing to feel safe and belong to somebody.
Yeah.
To
So there's
learn.
no basic foundation as a family in those people. So all they do is just keep growing up and brew up so many of them, keep growing and going through the same trends of falling into the situation where what it does to the economy, this is what we're talking about. 47% is basically where it's going to hang around. And it can go bigger than that. And we ask him, why is the 40%? This is where they come from. It's amazing when you look at that. Some of those children need to connect to families. Once they connect to family, there's something changed in their lives. And this is part of the things that we look at. We have to assess the economy right across the board to know what is happening, to really understand them. Because we're blaming China, we're blaming every other country and also so much. But yet it's the welfare program, it's just going bigger and bigger and bigger. You know,
Yes.
and all of the mental illness is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then we go out to the jail, it's getting full everywhere.
Yeah.
All of, and so where did they come from? How did that happen?
No guidance.
No guidance, no directions. There's no
Somebody
mentor,
to look up
there's
to.
something to look up to in their lives. You know, we all have that. I mean, my grandfather is one of the best things that ever happened in my life. Every time I go to my grandfather's place, I always want to see what he can tell me to
Yeah,
do.
kind of wisdom
and
for
stick
life.
in my head,
Yes.
and I go up there, and my grandfather said this. You know, my grandfather had more influence in my life than my own father.
Yeah,
in my
because
opinion.
of wisdom.
Yeah, the word of wisdom. Being around for so many years, and they give you good guidance, good
Experience
counsel.
in life.
That's what this upcoming generations needed, and
Yeah.
they love to do that.
And your grandfather's time better than your father's time as family too.
But see, when these kids grow up and they don't have that,
Yeah.
what's missing? Then their direction started to scatter all over, looking for something to entertain themselves because there's nothing.
Empty
out there.
life.
Empty life. And, look at Obama. He printed out money like newspapers for a while. Did it help the economy? No. Didn't help. 1.3 trillion.
Yeah.
So it shows it's not money they're doing it. It's not
Something
big
missing.
companies that are going to bring the economy together. It's us people. Once we repair ourselves, we heal ourselves, the economy will just come good because we're getting stronger. You know, we're helping each other. Because once we help each other, we're helping America. Bang, straight away.
Yeah.
We are helping our economy. But at the moment, everybody is helping everybody else out there, but not our home is America.
Yeah.
You know, so
So
my TV program is Americans Helping America. It's talk about how we can be able to bring ourselves to understand that we as the people, for the people, by the people, can be able to turn the economy on. Not the government, not the government. It's us. This is our responsibility. And once we understand it, the thing is going to work out in our favor anyway.
What time your show?
The show is running on a Saturday evening around about 5 o'clock. It's have the Americans Helping America. And also coming in the middle of the week, rotate around a few different areas. Yeah, but we have a lot of different activities. We show how people can go out and shop and not realizing that you're buying something, hoping, especially the mums. Mums is, we always call mums is the economy. Because mom is the one to spend the money. I go to work and I bring my pay packet and here you go, mom, take care of it.
Yeah.
So she's the banker, she's the economy, she's everything. She go up there and buy. And she always wanted to buy something to save for the family, but also make sure in her mind that I'm buying something to help the economy so that the kids will have a job in the future. That's what they have. But unfortunately, sometimes their mind is thinking in the right direction, but what their habit of buying is not in line. And when I explain that to them, and I show them, went to their house and show what they have, and about 85 to 90% of all that stuff that's come from overseas, she cries. She breaks down and cries. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I'm helping the economy because I look at my kids. I want to make sure that they have good life, but unfortunately, she's acting in a different. So, it's a whole healing process. It's a change of attitude, change of habit. It's not a hard thing to do. All we need is to get the message across, let everybody know this is what's happening. And once they know that, they'll come into it.
Yeah.
This thing started 35 years ago. So people now are 35s, or people who are 10 or 20, they're 45, 50.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people are much older. And the younger one don't even know anything that exists about that. But if we talk about it, then the kids, the younger one that spend a lot of money, will start to realize, wow, they're right. they're thinking of us.
Yeah.
They're not thinking of themselves. They say, "This God, I'm old now. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Forget about
They're
it."
kids
But
for the
I'm
future.
thinking about them, so I need to see if I can go out there and do the habits of buying something like to do with America. Every dollar a person in America would spend every day, that's $300 million.
Wow.
And if you spend that a week, that's how many? 300 times 7. We're talking about billions already in 1 week. How many jobs can be created from that? You know, we talk about small numbers here, but you can see the
result
power
is
of the people.
power.
I'm talking about power of the people. We don't need the printout from the government. We need us to do it.
Yes.
Because it's not going to happen if the government will print it out, but the big companies are coming in and they'll take it away. It's not going to come to the people, and we know that. But if the people do it ourselves, spending extra $1 every day, even if I spend $10 a week on, that's quite a lot to do it. We can see the change of the economy will come. So it's come back to us, our responsibility, and if we act on it, then we're helping ourselves. Americans helping America. That's the whole idea, is to shape ourselves that we can be able to help our own economy. Nobody else will.
Absolutely. I think you find somehow another way to helping America. We'll talk about it maybe in the next part.
Yeah,
about
sure.
Adoption and things.
Yeah, sure. I think there will be a good idea to wrap it up with a...
That will be great. So you have another program as training in the office?
Yes, we do. Our office we have developed. We are fortunate to grow. Like I said to you, 10 years now, we started off in my garage. In my garage.
I remember that. I remember your struggle.
20 by 20.
Yes.
And we have about 8 staffs working there with every desk. And we also squeezed in, and we have our little studio at the same room. And now we have 3,000 square feet of office, and we have 8 offices in there and then a studio. And now we're moving in within another 2 months from now to our new office, which is close to about 10,000 square feet. And we have about 17 offices in there that we cater and employ more people and bringing people to work together to build, and mostly all help just for the basic of helping the economy and helping the community.
That's wonderful. Keep me an office. Keep me an office in that area.
So it is a good thing. So the location, we're still over at the Bradshaw area, where the Business Park Drive, where most of the business area, we have to go in and work with the business people and show them what we have. We have a television program running at the moment. We are building what we call now, we go with the advance of technology. We're doing what we call internet TV now. We have 50 TV channels running 24 hours, each one of them running 24 hours. So representing each state. So in other words, we're building up more media activities that attract the viewers in there, and we're putting advertising for small business in there to help to develop small business. And those who want to go into small business, we invite them to come into it. It's just a membership. It's a membership thing. It's not we're selling advertising. It's a membership. We become a member. You're allowed to have a little portion of your television program, your documentary about your business.
What's your address on it?
The address at the moment, we are in, like I said, we are in
No, the website.
The website.
Yeah.
The website is very simple. It's AmericansHelpingAmerica.us. That's what it is. Yes, .us. We don't want a .com because .com is everywhere. So we want to make sure it's in US. It's in America.
Made in USA.
Yes.
We
do have area where you can become a member, individual membership. We have small business membership. We have large corporation membership, because we still invite big corporations to come in and understand. Look at Walmart now. It started to, they shape up their minds now. So we are building up the stock that they have, or the products they have now, to be more and more American-made products in there. So it can happen. So the attitude it can change. So we move together, then the economy will start to move forward, and everybody have more jobs and things. Because more made in America, more jobs is available for the community and all that.
That's wonderful.
So it started to work that way. And we have a membership we call the honorary membership for all the leadership out there that wanted to be a part of these whole movements of helping America, moving things. You know, like yourself, you're already a part of it anyway, so I don't have to explain it. But people are starting to get the idea the idea is good. Idea is we help America, we help ourselves.
Yes.
In other words, we're talking about
we are
ourselves.
part of America and we help our community. That means we help
we're helping
part of
Exactly.
America.
And we introduce business strategies because business in America, if you go back 50 years by the history and everything else, 65% or nearly 70% of the products that America used to export out from them.
Yes.
Now, 20%. It's going down about 19 point something percent.
Changed a lot. Yeah.
It changed a lot. And
For stock stories and money for some people.
Right.
Let's have it, that's enough for economy. Let's talk about another part of helping America after the break.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully you are enjoying your time. Let's talk about different subject after the break. Let's find out the best of the talk at the end of the show. I know you have something to tell our viewers about it. You find it yourself and you like to explain it to us. Let's listen to you.
Okay, thank you. I think it's like you said, I found it myself. But the things, it was been sitting here in America for quite some time, and it's a part of the law, and it's what it started from me to wander off and look for it. And when I saw Obama, every time he's trying to look for solutions, every time he said it, we need to find a solution. And he saw about the non-citizens or the illegal aliens in this country is getting bigger. Now we're talking about 12 to 20 millions, round about that figure. There's so many of them. And they are still working comfortably. They find jobs, they work here, otherwise they wouldn't exist. So they're doing fine. So how did they manage to do all these things? Well, we don't know that. We don't, but they will find ways and means to survive, and that's the basic thing it's all about. And Obama was talking about how to legalize these illegal aliens so that they become a part of our country. Instead of taking money out from the country, at least start putting money back to the country. I think that's two ways we're going to have to look at it.
To balance.
As a citizen, I like the idea. I like the idea to help, to get them in to legalize so that they can stop sending money to overseas, but they start paying tax, paying, have a driving license, pay for insurance, all that kind of thing. All that is all about money. You talk about trillions of dollars here. We are talking about trillions. If we have that trillions of dollars turn around to our economy, that's going to be a big help for us.
Absolutely, because big load in our shoulder.
What is the solution? Because, like I said, going out, he's presented to the House of the Congress, and then the Republicans block everything out. And they said, "Oh, we're going to have to fix the security on the border first before we do anything else." In other words, fix that and let everybody stagger around and keep doing what they want to doing and whatever.
It's not the
it's
solution.
Not really a solution at all.
Yeah.
We need a solution that's gone. And now I'm talking about we as the people, for the people, by the people. I keep saying this all along in all the things I talk about, because
our Constitution.
The Constitution is say that. And then we should go back and learn the Constitution and make sure we memorize that. Because once we do that, then we realize how much power and how much knowledge that God has given to us through the Constitution
That's
to
why
take
we are
care of
the biggest in the world.
Of our country, to take care of the country because of the Constitution. So with that, it's really, I can see that where it's come up to. So if we know how to handle it, how do we turn around these people to start working in our favor instead of working against our economy? Because that's what actually they're doing. 20 million people of that working against our economy here in America. Do you see that?
Yeah.
We are not turning them to our favor.
Yeah.
So if we turn it, we have to find a solution. Well, it doesn't work with the government. But I found something else that we have been using ourselves now with the NHBI Chamber of Commerce and also the Americans Helping America, because we are a Chamber of Commerce also. We are 501c6, and we develop small business and bring people to start going back to business, because a lot of people have been fall out from the business arena because they don't have money or they go broke or whatever. But they want to get back into it. And that's what America is all about. We can come back and build the economy. But how?
How? You have to help them somehow.
We have to help them. There's the two things we used to say, help or help.
Yeah.
I like that help because just pull me up.
Yes.
Just pull me up and I'll do the rest. But that, it's not going to pull you up. It's just going to sit there and it just keep taking advantage of that help. So it's not really helping anybody.
Give me a hand.
Give me a hand and pull me up, and I'll do the rest. That's all I need from you. And that's what the government should have been doing. Just give everybody, those who want to go out there and lead or be a spearhead with our economy. It's so important. But anyhow, this is the illegal aliens that's in here in this country. We found out, like I said, the adult adoption, because we thought only children is adopted. But the law is available in every state to adopt adults. The reason why for those adoption was done in every state by the law is to help all these foster children that's already above over the age of 18 that are staggering around and not even connected to family. Like I said to you in the other part of that program, we talk about how is disadvantaged with our economy, with the criminalities and so forth and so forth. So how can we do that? And if everybody started to adopt those people and give them a different direction, then we are changing everybody into more positive direction with the economy at the same time. So instead of them relying on the welfare and all that, we are cutting that down. Instead of doing more criminal activities so we can spend a lot of money, $60,000 for each person to put in jail, we're going to cut down on that.
Yeah.
So there are so many. And if we prevent more adult people going into mental illness and all that, then we save money from the hospital and so forth. There are so many ways we can go out there and trim. And the economy will continue to just turn to be in our favor.
And the person live decent life.
Of course. And that's basically what it's all about is everybody live the American dream. So if we want an American dream, only the people, for the people, by the people will do that. Nobody else.
Yeah.
China is not going to come and give us American dream.
Yeah.
They're going to do a Chinese dream for themselves.
Yeah, for their own.
For their own.
Yeah.
They have their own.
It's normal.
They have 2 billion people, so they need to take care of them. We need to take care of ourselves.
Yes.
So to do that, we need to look every possible direction. There are 11.5 million people, adult people, citizens of America, they've never been connected to a family or been adopted.
Wow.
So these were most of the development of all these negative things that happen in America, as I said before, because these people, if we do not start making connection, Americans need to connect to each other.
Yes.
Family-wise, it's helping them, helping you. At the same time, what more can you ask from it? There's no financial values on those things because everybody is adult. It's just making a connection, give them a life in their family, and they become good straight away, happy.
No financial heat.
There's no financial values on those things. It's going to cost money, and I'm going to be responsible for you. So you pay your own problem because you're already over the age of 18. So the whole solution is there. And Obama said, we need to have a solution. I said we have a solution. We've been using this for 2 years now. And we see how the result of these things, that so many thousands of people are so happy.
Yeah.
They call me, they write letter, they email to me, and they say, thank you for what you have done.
They belong to family.
It gave me life. You know, I had never been think about this for 20 years, 30 years. They talk about these things. It touched me so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also the people who adopt them, they turn around and say, man, I've never been so happy in my life. You know, I look at my own children, now I have other children. It's make me a happy person. You know, the whole thing is healing of heart, healing of personality, healing of economy. You name it, it's all there.
Yeah.
But we are looking for some kind of a miracle with the economy or trades or whatever they talk about. We're going to have some trades or things. Forget about all that.
Yeah.
Let's fix America first.
Yeah.
Once we fix America, things will just turn around. We're talking about 300 million people here. And if we turn around and fix our own problem, everything would just come out good for us.
Absolutely.
And happy people. And so many things will repair. Because we're looking at 50 years ago up to now that nothing has been done in this area. So the law has been sitting there in every state. If, you know, for those who want to go in and have a look, the law has been set adult adoption in every state. It's available to people because of this. But nobody utilizes it.
What is the procedure? How they
The procedure is, like I said, if you have immediate family or you want to see children to grow up and become a good people, and then you wanted to help his father or their mother to become a part of you, then they will become a part of you also. The kids will become your grandchildren. And when you become their grandchildren, you feel for them, you want to help them, you want to talk to them, advise them, counsel them. So connection is started to happen, the help is started to go, and those kids look, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Things going to happen. Something good is going to happen because their life will change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ultimately. Because now I've got a granddad, I've got a grandpa now. He's going to help me. I feel good about it, you know, because they never heard of anything.
Okay, like I like to adopt somebody.
Right.
How to do it?
Well, like you like to adopt somebody.
What is the procedure? Paperwork or
the paperwork,
something?
like I said, we need to find the people like that. We have a list of all the American citizens that hasn't been adopted, and some of the citizens of America that being a citizen of the United States, but they have adult children that not legal in this country. They need to reach in and start doing it because the law is available to anybody. They said the law is available to anybody. It's not saying limited to here.
Especially somebody is working, his life is established, but illegal.
Yeah, but illegal. Look at that now.
Yeah.
They're illegal, but they are working.
Yeah.
Some of them run business and everything else. So are we going to sit there and watch them and talk about them instead of doing something about it? Legalize them so all that money stay here? Or we're going to sit there and, oh, well, you guys are legal.
So I find somebody. How to do it?
When you find somebody, our agency is the Chamber of Commerce, American Helping America Chamber of Commerce. We have a training program, a procedure of how to develop. We prepare all the legal documents and everything else and assist the whole process.
Like rules, what I should
the rules,
have.
The rules that the person who adopt another person must have a age difference of 12 years age difference.
I should be older?
You should be older by 12 years. 12
okay.
years than a person you are.
Okay.
Even if you're both adults.
Yeah, okay.
Both adults. But one that
as rules.
must have, must have that. So that and we have what we call the related and unrelated adoption, which means if you're related, that means it's your own diverse background community as a related person. But if you're unrelated, it means you're adopting me as a Polynesian.
Yeah. But I know you, country. I know your behavior.
Of course. This is adult decisions.
Yeah.
It's open to everybody. So you make a decision. I like you. I love you. I get to know you now for a period of. So you have every state have a different minimum
rules.
Of relationships of how long. But if you're related, I mean, you don't really have to worry because you know that from the beginning for many years. But minimum of 12 months, I think, once you get to know each other and then you started to create a little bond relationship, that's allowed to make a decision. Both agree to it and everything started coming, we get the paperwork done. If the person is married and then you're married as well, then your wives will have to become a part of agreements to that, a consent. They have
become joint family.
Joint family, because it's all one big happy family. That's the whole idea, is bringing happiness to a family. And then once all that done, we do all this legal paperwork and all that, and we file it to the court, and they check it out to make sure everything is fine, because this is an adoption process. It's not an issue or a legal matter or problem. It's just an adoption. It's a legal matter with connecting a family. So the judge look at it, and they all know what is needed to be done. They look at it, and they want to make sure the paperwork is correct according to the requirements of the law. And once they're done and they're happy, within 2 or 3 weeks, everybody get together and go to the court, the date of the hearing, and the judge perform the whole the hearing of the whole ceremony of binding the family. The family unit is very important. Remember, adoption is, once it's done, it's for life. It's not something like marriage. After a couple of years, or maybe 6 months, oh, that doesn't work, let's go the other way, you know. Here, it's for life. So it's a very special ordinance. No wonder why it's taken into the court, because there's a change of name. There's a inheritance of any other things. There are a lot of other, there's so many other things binding into it. But, of course, all adults. So it's pretty much common sense, everything, and all agree to each other and all that sort of thing. So
it's good for.
But once they're done, you know, it's allow this person now to go through our agency in processing the program to make sure, because there are a lot of other things to do, activities. It's now the person's got a new name. Go to your family name, So therefore, we have to tailor and profile this person to make sure that all his everything is under that new name, so that his old name is no longer exist or no longer recognized, which the immigration will have a part of.
How long it take this procedure to be done correctly?
To be done
from A to Z.
From A to Z in our processing program that we do is 1 year, give or take, depending on how quick
He
we
become
can
legally.
And once that is all done, I mean, you complete as a citizen,
Yeah.
because the list of 24 steps that we have taken is taking you into the road of citizenship. To become a citizen, you must comply and fully profile yourself to that. And once that's all
That's
done,
wonderful.
what else can you say? You have the same thing as a citizen have.
Yes,
You know,
that's
from
really
driving license, from birth certificates, from court order, with all your name and all your history, your tax, you pay tax, you do everything. And then also we have a training program for employment, training program for small business, a training program for all different other opportunities and everything. So when you face the immigration, you are a very successful citizen. That's what is
wonderful.
supposed to be done. The immigration, every person who goes through the immigration citizenship, after 5 years, the law says that immigration must follow every individual family to make sure that they are comfortably fall into the system in America and be able to be successful.
Yes.
Not to end up 5 years in a welfare, end up in jail for any other reason or any other things, because there's not enough training
Yes.
in immigration, if you know that. You have 10 questions, and if you pass that, you become a citizen. Our program, it takes a full 8 months of consistently training, changing, profiling, making sure that you know the history of America, everything that is needed. Prepare you to become a small business. Invest, know how to invest, know how to do that. So when you walk in
Know
immigration,
how to be better citizen.
how to be a very good citizen, not to become a problem
Yeah.
or
That's
a burden
really,
to the
that's
economy.
really
or to
a great job from your side
Exactly.
and great help for the other
we
side.
wanted to make this as an example for
Yeah.
the people. We want to make that so that we know that we are doing a better job now. We need to do that because the economy is very heavy. We cannot keep making people citizens, and yet they're not really helping the economy. So we have to prepare them to the first class,
That's
and it
wonderful.
goes in. And we find that ourselves, it's a mountain of blessing, and it's changed people.
Absolutely.
So we continue to do that, the economy. So as the citizens of the United States, they've been staggering around. Once they're connected to a family, their whole life changed.
Absolutely.
They're much more.
You gave them the basic.
So whether you're illegal, whether you're American citizen, everybody is changing and become more adept to our economy, more adept to family. The happy and American values is started to come into each other, and everybody is happy.
We will be more than happy to hear the result and sharing your big effort, bring
Right.
you people to be citizen. And really, I thank you on behalf of my viewers. For sure, you gave them a lot of information to think about it and value thing to use for better tomorrow. Thank you for coming. And for you, my viewers, I hope that you learned something value today. And I hope that somehow, you can adopt somebody instead of have him or her to help you illegal and the rules and the immigration and things following you. Adopt him or her and be part of your family, and they will be happy to be around you, and you will get the help what you need as a family, not as an illegal person. A lot of things Dr. Hansen gave us today to think about it. He is doing with his group a lot of good work for America, American Helping America. Hopefully we will put hands together with him and benefit from our Constitution, American Helping America. With this message, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.